Buonasera a tutti, benvenuti all'istituto, a questo evento che è un po' la conclusione del mese della scienza, mese che abbiamo iniziato l'8 maggio e che appunto si conclude oggi. I would like to say welcome all to this closing day of the Italian Month of Science. For 30 long or too short actually days, it has been a fantastic journey exploring the world of science, which very often is little known. We have learned about the great discoveries of Italians in 150 years through the very inspiring exhibition that we have here, il giugno italiano. We have met a lot of researchers, scholars, scientists, which is a good sign for future developments. And tonight with us we have the President Vito Campese, the President of ISNAF, whom I would like to welcome here. Thank you very much.
Well, buonasera, good evening to all of you. Indeed, it's a great pleasure to be here and in the closing night of this fantastic month. Start from the presentation of our current ambassador in Washington, and I couldn't agree more on his assessment of the value of what we call not brain drain, but brain circulation. It's a new term we like to use. It's not so much important that people go outside from a country, getting different opportunity, learning more in different laboratories. I think that is only to be encouraged more and more and more. The important thing, of course, is that there is a circulation of these brains, and eventually these brains we maintain connection with the original country, and so contribute also to the development of the original country. And here in the US, I can tell you that's the main goal of our organization, and that is to increment bridges between Italian scientists that operate in the United States and Italian scientists that operate in Italy. And I must tell you that in very few years, a tremendous evolution has been made in this particular field. More and more bridges are being created, and more will be created in the next few years. So we see this movement of particularly young Italian scientists to the US and to other countries, primarily North America but elsewhere, as a positive movement and not as a negative movement, as long as these bridges can be created.
And now, basically, the interesting thing, though, is that there are some opportunity. Some opportunity basically is because has been discovered recently that pollution and greenhouse gases are pretty local, so it's possible to basically find a way to get around them. First thing. Second thing is like pollution is from a lot of part a fault of our cars. And then I think with cars has a very strange relationship. You need a car to go pretty much everywhere, including basically to your house. So, and passenger cars specifically account for 78% of the greenhouse gases. That is quite a lot in the United States. Now, why this is important? Well, it's important because if you correlate the data from the pollution to the data of the hospitals, you immediately see that there are a number of illnesses that come actually from the emissions. And those are some of them. And what a computer scientist can do? Well, apparently nothing, but actually today technology is quite interesting. If you look, computer scientist is able to connect sensors, phones, cars, and all sorts of devices that we all get around. And those are important because they allow us to optimize basically the way we use our vehicles, the way we use our toys, so that basically we can reduce the emissions.
We're going now to move into environmental sciences, and the next speaker is going to be Isabella Velicogna, another circulating brain. Isabella graduated from the University of Trieste in physics. Then she got a PhD in engineering in 1999, and then she started traveling around the world. And so, and currently is one of the example of a person that can be connected with different laboratories, collaborate with laboratories in Italy, laboratory in Colorado, laboratory at Irvine, and try to put all of these things together. Currently, she's assistant professor in the Department of Health System Science at the University of California in Irvine. At the same time, though, she is a faculty part-time at the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena. She's at the same time research scientist at the University of Colorado, and she still maintains an adjunct professorship at the National Institute of Oceanographic and Experimental Geophysics at the University of Trieste. So, Isabella, tell us about environment, ice, and what's the ice pack.
So, what I'm going to talk to you about is what I've been doing for the past about 13 years. And I have degree in physics, and a student this morning asked me, he said, well, what do you know that you want to teach? I knew already early, I wanted to do research. So in Italy, I was there, and I kind of felt, I want to keep doing research, and I thought, well, science looks like a good field. There's a lot that we don't understand, and if I'm a physicist, I can use a lot. And so I ended up studying, climate science, and I studied, some processes that are related to climate change. And those who are concerned about climate warming, I'm very happy because it makes my research very excited. So, the main thing that I'm studying how the ice sheets, Greenland and Antarctica, are changing, related to climate change because our planet is warming, and how the water cycle is changing for effect of climate change. And is very interesting, and I kind of stumble in this topic, and I feel very lucky because it's very interesting, and there is a lot that we can do, because it turns out that although we go on Mars, and we want to just understand Mars and understand people on the moon, we don't know so much about some part of our science, of our planet, and how it works.